Seller. Look, I said I've been on my creep mode. This shit hella easy, I got cheat codes.
Alright. Hey everybody, thank you for tuning into this episode of Level Up. It's your girl O.C. and today I'm joined by Chrissy.
Hey everyone, hello.
So Chrissy's here with us today to drop some gems and kind of give us a little bit of backstory about her real estate company and, just who she is and where she grew up.
Yes.
So let's start with, where did you grow up?
Oh Lord. So, like I said, I like to say that my family, they were in the military, but not in the military.
Okay.
Because we moved around like we were in the military.
I can relate.
So, I was born up north in Massachusetts. Don't remember that. I don't. I was a baby.
Yeah.
We moved down to New York, and I do remember that because I lived in New York. Mount Vernon to be exact.
Oh, really?
It's so funny.
I'm from Mount Vernon, so that's, it's crazy to come all the way to Florida and to bump into somebody who's from the exact same area you're from. What school did you go to?
Graham Elementary in Thornton.
That's wild. I went to Columbus Elementary, and I also went to Mount Vernon High School for 2 years. It was crazy.
We're not gonna say the name of Mount Vernon, the nickname.
No,
of
we're
Mount
not gonna go
Vernon.
into that, but y'all know.
Just look it up. But it was rough.
It was.
Growing up in Mount Vernon was rough. So my mom, out of nowhere, because we wasn't like rich or anything like that. We were actually kind of poor. I didn't know that then.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed, my life, my childhood life. Like I didn't know we were poor.
Yeah. I don't think you really do until you kind of exposed to more, and you're like, hold on, this is different.
Yeah. We always had a home, but I didn't know we were poor. We were on Section 8, like all this stuff. I didn't know that. So one day my mom hopped up and we literally had trash bags and we moved from New York to Georgia, Atlanta, Georgia.
Oh, wow.
That's
a big move.
On Greyhound with trash bags.
Wow.
Yeah. We moved to Atlanta, and then from Atlanta I was there from 13 all the way up till 18, and then I went to the military. So.
Yeah. What do you think made her make the switch from like New York to Georgia? Because that's such a different dynamic. Does it work?
I don't know why. I know why, but I don't want to really highlight it because it's a family issue.
Oh, okay.
But I would say that raising us, I was more independent in New York because New York, I'm like 8 years old by myself.
Hustle.
Taking the basket to the laundromat at 8, whereas my daughter is 8, and I couldn't even imagine
just sending her down the street.
We
were raised so different.
Very different.
Especially from Florida now today. Because I know I see 7-year-olds getting off the bus and walking home, and I'm like,
And in the corner store, so then moving to the South, and where's the corner store? I gotta walk 5 miles just to go to the store, so just that big change was a lot for me as a child. I didn't like it at first.
Yeah.
But I did have family in Florida, so I always drove back and forth to Miami, living in New York,
Cool.
So, I have roots in Florida, but I didn't really move here. Georgia was fun. It was fun, but I had to leave there too because I was wild. I started to listen. I had fun in Georgia. I love Atlanta. But I felt like at 18 I had to go. I had to go.
It was that age, right? There's a lot going on out there.
I had to go. So yeah, we left Atlanta. I left Atlanta, and I didn't really go back when I left until a few years later.
Yeah.
So it was either college or the military.
Okay.
And
you chose the military?
I chose the military because I ain't had college money.
Alright.
Okay, I'm gonna be real.
I
didn't have college money, so I went to the military.
What's crazy? I also think that sometimes, and I'm not saying this was for you, but I know for myself growing up, I grew up mainly in Mount Vernon, and a lot of people don't really leave Mount Vernon. And for me, there wasn't a lot of resources telling us about how we can apply for financial aid and things of that nature to get into college. We just always look at college as it's there, but that's gonna cost you some bread. And if you don't have the money, your family doesn't have necessarily the funds for it. Is it really an option? So it wasn't for me until later on that I even knew that was an option. I could file for financial aid and kind of get some of those costs covered.
Yeah.
But I know also there were a lot of recruiters coming into our school. So I was like almost about to be on the same train as you as far as in, you know, that experience. But there's also so much, I don't want to say controversy, but you hear so much about women in the military and in the army. So what was that experience like?
Oh, Lord. All right. My veterans, I love y'all. My military battles, I love y'all. Okay, so
You ain't got to give too much.
I'm not going to give too much. I would say the best thing I did was join. And the best thing I did was get out.
Okay.
And I would say that's because, to be honest with you, with college, I couldn't afford it. I signed up for Bethune-Cookman. They gave me half. They was like, all right, $11,000. At the time, the tuition was like $25,000. And they were like, your parents have to take out a loan. My mom wasn't taking out no loans.
Mm-hmm.
Then I also signed up to go back to New York. So I applied for NYU.
Oh.
They full ride, but the program I was trying to get into, I had to pay for that.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, I don't know much about, obviously I didn't do something right because I didn't get everything covered like the rest of my classmates. So for me, I didn't want to go to the military. My mom was trying to force me to go.
Oh.
And then it's so funny that I wound up going.
Yeah.
Because it was like last resort. And I like to tell this story. Right before I was about to leave, I was so poor. I was working at Six Flags in Georgia, and I was so poor, and I quit Six Flags. And I was about to leave. I had to wait till I turned 18 because I was still 17, so I had to cross over during the summer. Yeah, when I graduated, I was 17 years old, but I couldn't sign for myself. You know, and my mom's like, she left Atlanta. So. And, you know, I'm going to be real with you. I was in Walmart, and I couldn't afford anything, so I got caught shoplifting. Right as I'm supposed to leave to go to basic training, I got caught shoplifting. I'm like, Lord, you know I need sanitary products, and like I can't walk around like this.
Yeah.
I was that poor. People don't know, like I literally was that poor, and they let me go because I was going to the military. That was God. Like literally, He let me go. And I'm like, listen, please, like I'm about to leave to the military, so I feel like I was supposed to go. I don't remember, honestly. He probably did. I think he took it back. I don't know.
Question. I was just curious.
I don't remember, but I just remember, like, as I'm talking to you, I remember, like, the last thing in Atlanta, I literally could have went to jail for shoplifting.
Yeah.
But I needed what was in the book bag, you know, and just to know that they were watching me the whole time, I'm like, all right, Lord, every time I try to do something, I get caught. So I try to do the right thing.
It was redirecting you.
Yeah, because I'm like, all right. So I joined. I got married really fast. My first marriage, really, really fast. I had my daughter at a very young age. I was 19. I was in Korea when I got pregnant.
Wow.
I moved to, Korea.
How's that?
Oh man, Korea was fun.
Yeah.
I actually went back twice, about 2 or 3 times during my career. I went back 2 or 3 times, and it was fun.
I want to go there. That must have been an experience.
You should. It was fun. Food, so many things to see.
Yeah.
It was a lot. I just never went to the DMZ, like that North Korea. I just couldn't do it. But for the most part, it was fun, you know, it was fun. And then I moved to Texas, had my daughter there, so I got pregnant, then left to go to Texas. I deployed out of Texas. I got a divorce with my child's father out of Texas, and I was ready to leave Texas.
Okay.
So
he was like, what's next?
And I moved to Hawaii, then wound up being a single parent.
Hawaii?
Yeah.
Oh, you moved to some nice places though.
Yeah.
Experiences.
Like I said, like I was trained for the military as a child because
Yeah.
we wasn't in the military, but we was moving like we was in the military. So just getting up and moving is something I'm used to.
Yeah.
And I just love it. I don't know. I love changing scenery.
Me
You
too.
know.
See, our moving is different because my
Yeah.
moves was like New York, New Jersey, California, Florida. You talking about some Korea and Hawaii, and I'm like,
How was Cali?
I love Cali.
What?
Cali's beautiful. It's amazing. I aspire to go back one day.
I want to go. I've never been.
You would love
You
it.
should take me. Let's go on a girls trip.
Let's do it. I'm for real.
I'm for real. Come on now. I'm here and
All right, work it out.
So, Hawaii was amazing. I was there for 4.5 years. I met my husband. I'm with now. He's a recruiter, actually. He's still in.
Oh, nice.
So I was a single parent for a little bit. Then I met my husband, I love my life. Hey husband. Hey, boo. And yeah, I was at the point where I knew that it was time to leave.
Yeah.
Because I really didn't want to go. I honestly wanted to do real estate.
Mm-hmm.
And I never told you, in Atlanta, I used to clean homes for realtors. So I know we skipped.
So that opened the door.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I literally, as a child in Atlanta, in Buckhead, we would go to mansions. We would go to, and I didn't know we were poor, but my mom showed me what wealth was in a sense. Even though we didn't have it, but I seen it. The realtor was actually a Black woman. She was married to a doctor, and I felt great just cleaning the toilets.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And just seeing, I was at a different home like every weekend because that was the only time I was able to help my mom. So it felt good to see all these different homes, and all the homes that I went into were like black people living wealthy, you know. But I didn't know that. I was just like, oh, this is amazing. This home is beautiful. Oh, she looks like me and she's doing this. Or they look like me and they live in this lavish, luxury type of home, you know?
That like inspire you to kind of just like want to achieve more?
Yeah. Yeah, I did. So just in the military, I knew that it was time. Like I knew that it was time for me to leave. So I went to real estate school about 3 years ago in Hawaii.
Oh, so you went to real estate school in Hawaii?
Yeah, but I didn't practice real estate because I was still in the military and I was an NCO. I was a leader.
Okay.
So it was hard to be a leader with soldiers underneath you. Then you had your boss on top of you, like, oh, so you're going to real estate school after this? So it was kind of hard, you know.
You were like balancing two lives.
Yeah, and it was hard to balance two lives. I was an HR professional and I was a leader of the soldiers. So
wow.
I did like both of those things. Then I deployed. So it's like even if I was trying to do real estate, military came first. It came first before my family. It came first before everything, essentially. So do real estate school, and then next thing you know, I'm supposed to be going to Korea again, or supposed to be going to deploy to Qatar or something like that. So it was kind of hard to do real estate for me while serving.
Yeah, understandable.
Yeah, and then you know having a family and all that stuff. My husband decided to stay in. One of us had to step out. And I decided to make that sacrifice.
Sacrifice, but also an investment in yourself.
Yep.
So you did the real estate schooling, and then where'd you go from Hawaii? Did you come back to Florida?
I came here.
Yeah. So what made you think, I'm gonna start my own real estate? Is it real estate agency?
I'm a real estate agent and also have an investment company.
So
yeah, we just started that. I felt like, let's just say I bought a property, right? I bought a property in Hawaii, and my agent was so fast.
Yeah.
I didn't understand the process. I didn't understand anything.
So she was just moving.
She was just moving.
Okay.
So I got rid of her.
She was moving too fast.
Too fast for me.
Because she wasn't guiding you through the process.
That was it.
That was her mistake.
So then I got another realtor. And this realtor wanted to realtor, who knows? I'm a real estate professional. Let me just say that.
Ooh, I like that.
You know, because I don't want anybody to be like, hey. All right, so let's just say the next real estate professional I hired or I wanted to work with was really fast too.
Yeah.
And I worked hard. I got my credit together. I was single at this time.
Okay.
I got my credit together. And I'm like, I'm going to buy my first property in Hawaii. It's going to be my first investment property. I just knew that. I studied real estate. I'm always watching videos. I'm always trying to learn more.
Yeah.
Even though I couldn't work in the field, I still had that earning from being in real estate. Like just knowing what's going on in real estate. And same thing. Straight to the closing table. No first time home buyer seminar. No teaching me through the process.
Yeah.
What is closing? What is this? What is that? I don't understand.
So that's gotta be hard because now you're like looking at all these papers and you're like, what does this mean? Like, were you getting like a mortgage or were you like, you going through like the financing process, right? There's so much that entails. So it's kind of like to go into it blind.
I went into it blind. I knew how good credit score and a good job, and I can get out. That's all I knew. So that's what I did.
That's what most people know.
Right. And when you have a real estate agent and you qualify, you have those you have those things that can help you get, pre-approved and, to the closing table. That's what they see too.
Yeah.
So I'm excited. I had a low interest rate and I thought I was doing something.
Yeah.
Come to find out,
What happened?
yes, I have a low interest rate. Yes, my mortgage is low. But guess what? I'm paying a $600. Excuse me, it was $564 HOA fee.
Oh, she ain't talking about insurance.
Homeowner Association.
Those will kick you in the butt sometimes, and they're too high. Cause it's like, what I found with the HOAs is like, cause I purchased a condo and it was in Kissimmee,
Smart. Yeah.
and they didn't really explain to me what HOA was until really I got in the house, and I was like, oh, so I have to pay this amount, and it's going towards this. And then there was like all these restrictions with the condo, or like you can't paint your walls this color, you can't have anything outside. There's like so much like engulfed in that HOA.
Yeah.
So what was your experience like with that?
An increasing HOA starting at 5.
Has it increased?
It increased 2 years.
That's wild.
2 years. So look at me. I thought I did something good with real estate. I thought I invested in my first property, and I got a low interest rate, and I'm going to be wealthy after this, or it's going to start my wealth journey.
Yeah.
And my real estate professional seeing in the clause on the MLS that this HOA starts. So now your HOA is on top of your mortgage. It has nothing to do with your interest rate or your principal. Nothing to do with it.
Completely separate.
Completely separate. So I thought I was winning, but I was actually struggling. Because now we're talking about close to $630 when I sold the house. It was at one close to $630 on top of my mortgage payment. So did I really tap into wealth? Did I really?
You were spending more than had you bought like a regular house without having HOAs. You could have saved more money.
Exactly. But did he advise me?
No.
See, a lot of times people don't understand that we are here to advise our clients. We can't stir a client and tell them don't do this, don't do that, don't go here.
Mm-hmm.
But we are here to advise based off of essentially what you guys' goals are.
Mm-hmm.
You know, what are you trying to do? Why are you buying this home? Why are you even selling your home? So for me, I really didn't tap into wealth, and I was hurting. Single parent, I was hurting for a little bit. I was hurting. Then we sold that home. This is while I'm in the military.
Oh wow.
Sold that home.
Yeah, this is before you left.
Before I left.
Mm-hmm.
Realtor got me. I didn't even see it. Hard to contact the realtor. Don't know what's going on. Closed. Didn't even say thank you.
So
Nothing.
they moved on to the next.
Move on to the next. Looked at us like a complete dollar bill.
Yeah.
And I'm like, hold on. I'm not doing any justice if I see that this is a need. We need this. Real estate, we need this. This is the number one wealth building tool. All right? We need to be investing. This is a need. This is not a want. This is a need. You need to invest. It's a must. It's imperative. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of what you're trying to do.
Intergenerational wealth. It starts with owning something.
Owning.
Even if you just own property, a land, something.
Something. And I'm like, we cannot be doing it. This treatment is not right. So I decided to say, you know what? I'm no longer serving our country in a sense of being in the military, but I'm going to service my community. I'm going to show you guys what it means to really tap into wealth through real estate. What it truly, truly means to tap into wealth, period. You know what I'm saying? I want to be that one to where you don't feel like I'm rushing you to the closing table. You don't feel like I'm looking at you like a dollar bill. I ask all my clients, why are you interested in selling your home or buying a home? Why? Everyone has a different story.
Everybody does.
Some people see a forever home and some people see an investment home.
Mm-hmm.
So there's two different conversations.
It's important to know that before you help them even start looking.
Exactly.
Because that helps you to basically guide them in the right direction and advise them properly.
Exactly. So that's the reason why I'm a real estate professional now. I tell my story, I tell why, and I truly want to help. No, I don't get paid every day, but I love what I do.
Yeah.
So, yes, I'm the realtor on the phone with my client. Yes, I'm driving my New York clients. I'm driving all the way down to Lakeland if I have to, FaceTiming them to see, like, hey, because it doesn't hurt me. Did they pay for my gas money? No. Did I get a return? Did I get a return on investment? No. But it's okay because this is your largest investment. They say, honestly, Americans or us, we probably will buy 1 or 3 homes our whole lifetime if we're not looking at it from an investment standpoint.
Mm-hmm. I believe that.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get it.
So if you're gonna spend $200,000, $100,000, $400,000, $1 million, why am I rushing you again?
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. At the end of the day, that's such a major investment, such a major commitment.
Exactly.
And I could tell that from your experience, you bring that with you into your fields as a way to kind of empower somebody looking to purchase a home or get into real estate. Because for you, it's more so like, I wasn't given this knowledge, and this is what my experience was. I don't want you to have that same experience. I want you to have a better experience, and this is how we're gonna go about it.
I want my clients to be in the know. Like, just as what it is. That's just as simple as day. I don't want you to, relax. I want you to know what's going on. I want you to come to my home buyer seminars if you can. Or even if I do something dealing with sales, I just want you to know what's going on. I also want to state that being in the Army, an HR professional, we did a lot of customer service.
Okay.
That was the biggest thing,
Yeah.
right? So I had to teach my soldiers underneath me how to provide exceptional customer service.
Mm-hmm.
Every soldier that walks through that door, we handled their pay, we handled housing situations, we dealt with awards, ceremonies.
That's like so amazing.
Yeah, like, you know, we did a lot of these stuff. So I have a level of,
And you do, and it shows.
you know, and that's just how it's supposed to be, you know? So with my clients, I treat them the same way I used to treat soldiers walking in regardless of what their rank was. Regardless of what your price point is, I treat you the same way. You can be 100,000 or 3.2 million price range looking for a home or selling your home. I treat you with the same level